Doesn't work. You get home and it's 90 degrees in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But we can look at a lot of things. We look at, amperages on motors, bearings, the coils, and clean the coils, just make sure. We can see a lot of stuff on the back end of it that prevent it from
Mm-hmm.
tearing down in the future. So you don't want, during the winter, you get high electric bill. That's the big thing you see. Because it'll still work a lot of times in the winter. Your auxiliary heat will spin that meter off a while.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
But, summertime, it's a little different. You just come home and it's hot in the house.
So what can we do to make sure our heat pumps, the filters, keep them
Filters,
changed?
be sure to change your filters every month. I tell people all the time, when you get your electric bill or just something you do monthly, just tie it with your filter. Whenever you get electric bill, change your filter.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be the electric bill, just anything. Just change your filter. It doesn't have to be the best filter in the world. People ask me all the time what filter I use. I don't use expensive filter. Just don't use one you can see through, but.
Yeah, be a little thin. Yeah, good point. We're talking to Michael Vance, Vance Heat Pump. So, website, social media, and when you do new installations, what do you use? Which brand?
Oh, we're not particularly branded. We do a lot of Rheem, Bosch. Bosch is a really high-end unit, but Rheem and Bosch are two big ones. We also do Air Temp. We do Mitsubishi mini splits. We do geothermal, Intertech geothermal units. We do gas furnaces, air conditioners, geo.
Residential?
Residential, light commercial. We do a lot of churches. Things like that, yeah.
Social media, how do we find you?
AdvancedHeatPump.com, and we're on Facebook also. So.
Can you put us on a regular maintenance program?
Absolutely, yeah. So we got a few options for that. If, like in your case, you just got a new system, this coming year, just do a one-time tune-up. It's $90. We come out, check it out, just make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be. If you want a twice-year maintenance, it comes with a few discounts with it. We come out, check it in heating and air conditioning, go through the whole system at least in heating mode and cooling mode, and that's a twice-year visit, and it's $190. Or you can wait till it tears up and just pay me to come out and
put in a new one. Phone number to call?
926-2665.
One of our great sponsors of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Love promoting these folks because I got a brand new heat pump and it is nice. Advanced Heat Pump Systems. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We had kind of a glitch. I think it was a burp technology, I think. I guess is what it was. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we had a burp, I think. And so, hello, how are you? And so we're going to go back and recap all the recruiting he's talking about because we got him here, want him here. So we were on the show in Elizabethton. Right while we were on the show, kid committed. So kind of recap what you're talking about in recruiting. Which place?
That was Jordan Burns, a linebacker out of Atlanta, 4-star. He recruited while we were on the air in Elizabethton a couple weeks ago. So it was very timely. Now, since then, they've gotten 3 commitments, all 4-stars. Max Anderson, 6'5", 309, offensive lineman out of Texas. He committed to Tennessee over Oklahoma, Alabama, and Arkansas. William Satterwhite, another big offensive lineman, 6'3", 300 out of Akron, Ohio, committed to Tennessee over Clemson. And then Braylon Staley, a 6-foot wide receiver out of South Carolina, committed to Tennessee over Clemson and Alabama and UNC and Miami. So Tennessee's winning some of these recruiting battles. We've always talked about that. The recruiting battles, who you winning them against. Tennessee's starting to win these recruiting battles, some against Alabama and Clemson and Georgia and some of these teams now that you have to compete against to be up there. So they're starting to do that. A few are coming up as far as commitments either later this month or in August. Some of the ones to look at if you're a Tennessee fan. Bennett Warren, huge offensive tackle out of Sugar Land, Texas. That was a kid that weighed about 330. It's Tennessee or Michigan for him. So Tennessee's really done a good job recruiting him. So it's Tennessee or Michigan for him.
Is that the big one we talked about a couple of
Yeah.
6'6" or
6'7", 330.
So we're down. We're in the running for
It's
him.
Tennessee or Michigan. Yeah.
Whoa.
Tennessee or Michigan. So Mike Matthews, 5-star wide receiver out of Georgia. It's Tennessee, Clemson for him. USC trying to get in there a little bit, but Southern Cal. But it's probably going to be Tennessee or Clemson. I think Tennessee leads for him right now. Mari Jefferson's an interesting player out of Chattanooga. It's Tennessee or Alabama for him in football. He's already committed to Tennessee in baseball. So we'll see, if he wants to play baseball that bad. Of course, he can play at Alabama as well, but he has committed to Tennessee in baseball. So we'll see where that goes. I think Alabama may lead a little bit right now, the thought is, but that's going to go right down the wire for him between Tennessee and Alabama. Braylon Russell is running back. Actually, he's committing later this afternoon out of Arkansas, and it's Tennessee or Arkansas for him. He's a big 6'2", 225-pound running back. Edwin Spillman's a linebacker out of Nashville. It's Tennessee or Ohio State for him, with Tennessee, I think, it's in good shape for him. And Kai Bates is a cornerback out of Florida. It's Tennessee or LSU for him. That's going to be a battle right down to the wire for him. And Jordan Ross is a defensive lineman out of Birmingham. It's Tennessee, Florida, or Georgia. Long thought to be Tennessee or Georgia. Florida's making a late push for him, but I think he's pushed his commitment out till sometime in the fall. He was going to commit early. He's pushed it out to the fall, so it'll be a while before we probably hear on him. But I think Tennessee feels like they're in good shape with him.
So, what I mean, wasn't that long ago you and I were sitting there going, we're up again, and again, every time I do this as a disclaimer, I'm not putting down Middle Tennessee State or Murray State or any of these schools that at one point Tennessee was going up against. Now it's the big boys.
It is.
You said Alabama, Georgia, LSU. I mean, we're in there with the big dogs. So is it because we're winning? Is it a different coach? The culture's different? What, the recruiting's better? Why all of a sudden, which is a good thing, we're now in there with the big boys?
I think it's all those things, and as odd as it sounds, or as what some people would think, but it's NIL as well. Tennessee's NIL collective is considered one of the top, if not the top collective in the nation right now.
Oh, really?
As far as being able to put together deals and put together advertising deals, whatever the case may be for the athletes, is considered one of the top. And so it comes right down to it, to be honest. It just comes right down to all these other things add up, but then maybe the final sway one way or the other is what kind of NIL package can you give me.
So would you think, in your humble opinion, since you're a big orange guy, would you think now that we're now considered one of the big boys, Tennessee? Are we there yet?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this, with the recruiting, especially this year, and Coach Heupel had good recruiting last year, and the 2024 and 2025 classes, of course, they're already working on. This is for the 2024 class, 25 and 26 classes they're already working on. We're up there, like you said, competing with Alabama and Georgia and Notre Dame and Ohio State and Michigan and LSU and all those teams that you have to compete with if you want to be there, if you want to be one of the top 10 teams in the country. And with the playoffs starting next year, there's going to be the top 12 teams will make the playoff. And so that's where you want to be. You want to get in that college football playoff and then see what happens. You can maybe pull off an upset and maybe get to a quarterfinal or semifinal game, and you never know what happens. So you got to get there first, and that's Tennessee's positioned themselves to be able to do that.
Nico Iamaleava. I got it right, didn't I?
Yeah, there you
Look
go.
here, I phonetically wrote it out. Nico Iamaleava. What's the buzz? The buzz still out there about this kid?
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, Joe Milton's going to start, obviously, start the season at quarterback. He's had a good summer. He was amazing at the Manning Passing Academy down in Louisiana last month. They saw a video of him throwing it 85 yards to a guy in the end zone. And
85 yards?
85 yards.
On the fly?
Yeah. And you think about, there's not many people on the planet who can do that, So arm strength is not an issue with him, obviously. Physicality is not really an issue with him. How well can he manage Heupel's offense? How well can he manage it? Hendon Hooker was remarkable the past 2 years. I mean, he was the perfect quarterback for that system. Mentally tough, mentally made quick decisions. Now, can Joe Milton do as well? I don't know. We'll see. He did real well against Clemson in the Orange Bowl. led Tennessee to a 31-14 win over Clemson in the Orange Bowl, and then the previous week against Vanderbilt racked up, they 50 some points the last game of the season after Hooker's injury against South Carolina. So he's got the physical tools. So we'll see if he can put together the game management aspect of that and how to run Coach Heupel's offense. Nico's out there, obviously, and I think they're looking at probably not playing him as much this year. Hopefully, if they can get by with that, if Milton's having success, and if they're winning games and the offense is clicking well, you probably won't see Nico all that much. I'm sure he wants to get out there and play. So in some of the non-conference games, you may see him play some. Of course, barring an injury, of course, we wouldn't want that. But, barring that, if Milton has success, probably not going to see Nico a lot this year. But I think he's going to be pushing to get as much playing time as possible.
Exciting time, September the 2nd. What'd you say, 50?
50 days.
50 days to kickoff.
7 weeks from tomorrow, yeah.
Tennessee football in Nashville against the Virginia Cavaliers. That would be considered a home game for the Tennessee Vols, or is this a neutral site?
It's a neutral site game. I'm not sure who will wear the home jerseys on that one yet. But that's going to be at noon in Nashville on Labor Day. It's going to be hot.
Tennessee crowd for sure.
It's going to be hot.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be hot. So, but that's pretty exciting. 50 days till Tennessee football and 35 days till high school football, which is pretty incredible, too.
It is. It is.
Good stuff. Exciting time. So, basketball team, men's team, going to Italy, is that correct?
They're going to Italy. Going to be leaving in a couple of weeks for that. Chris Ledlam, who was the transfer they got from Harvard, if you remember, a couple of months ago, he decided to leave and rejoin the transfer portal yesterday. Totally caught the coaches by surprise. They didn't see it coming at all. And so I think Josiah Jordan-James decided to come back for his 6th year with the COVID year. I think he saw that sort of writing on the wall and thought he wouldn't get much playing time with Triple J being back. So he's probably going to go to St. John's. St. John's, New York State changed the law to where their collectives can be within the school itself. So St. John's apparently put together a pretty good package for him to go up there, and that's probably where he's headed. The exciting news about Tennessee basketball has been Toby Awaka, the rising sophomore, played for the Team USA Under-19 World Cup team that just competed over in Europe. U.S. team ended up 5-2, came in 4th place, but Awaka averaged a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds during that competition, and he had a 15-point, 14-rebound game against China. So he is really coming on strong. Last year as a freshman, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but when he was in there, he was rebounding. He was just a rebounding machine. So it's going to be exciting to see his presence. He's a big kid, 6'8", 6'9", and really gets after the board. So he's going to be exciting. And Zakai Ziegler's making good progress on his knee recovery from his ACL injury back in February. I saw some video of him yesterday shooting the ball. He looks very good. Now they're not going to push him; they're going to let him. But I think they're looking maybe to get him back by the start of conference season in late December, early January. So they probably won't push him much during the non-conference portion of the schedule. But he's looking very good so far.
We're talking to Jeff Beverly, the Big Orange Update. We got time to squeeze in the Lady Vols and also some baseball news.
Baseball news for sure. Tennessee had 8 players drafted this past week. That gives them 28 over the last 3 years, which is more than any school in the country. The last 3 years, so Tony Vitello getting people to the draft. Chase Dolander went to the Rockies. First round, Maui Ahuna went to the Giants. Andrew Lindsay to the Marlins. Seth Halverson to the Rockies. Jared Dickey to the Royals. Zach Joyce, the brother of Ben Joyce, also went to the Angels. Jake Fitzgibbons went to the Diamondbacks, and Bryce Jenkins went to the Mets.
Wow.
So
it's impressive.
It was impressive. Zane Denton, third baseman, transfer from Alabama. He did not get drafted, so he's got a decision to make when he comes back. He's got 1 year left if he wants it. So it'll be undecided right now what he's going to end up doing. Interestingly, Tennessee only lost one player, from high school to the draft. That was Carson Rucker, went to the Tigers in the 4th round. So that they came through pretty unscathed. As comparison, Vandy lost 4. Arkansas had number 1 class, but they lost 7 players to the draft. Oklahoma 5, Ole Miss 5, Florida, Alabama, LSU, and Auburn all lost 4 to the draft. So Tennessee just lost 1. So that's good for that recruiting class. Chase Burns unexpectedly went to the portal, going to Wake Forest. So at least he's not in the SEC. I know a lot of fans disappointed to see him leave, but that happens to stay with the portal. So from the portal standpoint, real quickly, incoming, Tennessee has done great so far. There's one player out there that may still that they're looking at. But Jacksonville State pitcher A.J. Causey, he's got 2 years of eligibility left. North Carolina State catcher Cannon Peebles, he led the Wolfpack in batting, RBIs, second in team home runs as a freshman. He's going to be your catcher next year, I feel like, coming to Tennessee. Wichita State pitcher Nate Snead, big, strong right-hander, chose Tennessee over Arkansas and LSU. Ryan Galaney was an infielder, player of the year in the Southern Conference. He chose Tennessee, but then he got drafted and has chosen to sign with the White Sox. So he won't be in Knoxville. He's going on to pro baseball. Maybe one of the big ones is Clemson infielder Billy Amick. He had hit 413, 13 homers, 63 RBIs. He was all ACC this past year. He played first base, played third base, can play around different positions, solid pickup. And then they got another freshman from Missouri, Dalton Bargo, who had hit 279 and 5 home runs and 23 RBIs in spot duty as a freshman. He had a home run against Tennessee in the first SEC series of the year this year. So he's coming to Tennessee. So great pickup. Great pickup from the transfer portal for the incoming. Tennessee did lose a number of players outgoing. We talked about Chase Burns, Hollis Fanning, Alex Stanwich, Logan Chambers, Jake Fitzgibbons, Ryan Miller, Jacob Bimby, Austin Jaslov, Turner Swistack, Sean Scott, Peyton Ebbing, and Tanner Zellman. About 10 players went to the portal, but a lot of those players hadn't played. Tennessee fans probably hadn't heard of most of them. Most of them had not even played at all in Knoxville, but they saw the talent and who's there, so they're going to go play at other places. And a lot of them already chosen schools. For example, Logan Chambers is going to Missouri State, Jacob Bimby to Western Kentucky, and Sean Scott to Austin Peay, among others. So it's good for them to get out there and get a chance to play because they're not going to probably play at Tennessee. The way Tony Vitello is recruiting and the level that team's gotten to right now. Tennessee's had really good teams the last 2 or 3 years, as we know, made it to Omaha this past year. This upcoming team may be the best he's had. It's really looking exciting if you're a Tennessee baseball fan, for sure. And starting some of the renovations at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, they said they're going to spend $100 million at Lindsey Nelson over the next 2 or 3 years, adding seats, concourses, all those kind of things, and making that stadium in more of a show place.
Wow.
To be commensurate with the level of the baseball team right now. So exciting times, spending $400 to $500 million at Neyland over the next few years. The whole south side of the stadium, if anybody's down that way, has just been stripped away. So it looks like a construction project right now.
Oh, really?
And a lot of that stuff, of course, won't be finished by the time football season starts. So, but it's going to take a year or so to finish all that work. So it's going to look odd for a year or so, especially during this season. But suffice to say, it's going to look awesome when you get it done.
So at $8 million, they got to pony up for the NCAA for this the recruiting violation thing with Pruitt. I mean, you're putting $400 and $500 into the stadium, so $8 million sounds like a lot, but really it's chump change. We get right down to it.
It sounds absurd to say that, but yeah, it is.
It does.
Yeah,
it really does. But good news, folks. Again, it's exciting to be involved, right?
If you're a Tennessee athletic fan, football, baseball, basketball, Lady Vols, or whatever, if you're a Tennessee fan right now, this is good times. And after so many years of being, football program going through all its up and downs it went through, basketball going through 2 or 3 coaches. If you look right now, the set of coaches they have with Coach Halpa, Coach Barnes, Coach Vitello, and all the Lady Vol coaches as well, Kelly Harper, softball coach Karen Weekly, all those kind of things. The football or the athletic coaching level right now at Tennessee is best in my lifetime, or that I can remember for sure. And the support from the athletic director, the chancellor, the president of the university, all those things, everything's working together now. And that's been one thing, in the past, and I know you and I have talked about that some, but if you don't have everybody pulling the same way, it's going to make it difficult. And Tennessee's not had that for a long time, since Joe Johnson retired as president in the early 2000s. They've really not had a cohesive effort. It seemed like there was just a lot of other things disjointed. They went through a number of athletic directors, we know. After Coach Dickey retired after he retired as athletic director, you went through Mike Hamilton and Dave Hart and John Curry and Phil Fulmer and and others. It's been just a turnover of athletic directors, of football coaches, of basketball coaches. of university presidents. I added up one time the number of presidents, athletic directors, and coaches they've gone through in that 15-year span. It was unbelievable. But now you're seeing what steady,
Stability.
cohesive leadership and stability can do for you. And with, like I say, President Boyd and Chancellor Plowman, AD Danny White, and the coaches, I think they're in a really good position right now.
Great report, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He does it better than anybody, in my humble opinion. The Big Orange Update. We're blessed to have him. Next Friday we'll be doing Media Day, so we'll be back in 2 Fridays, wherever we'll be. Hopefully we'll have him on either in person or on the phone, one of the two. So that's the goal. But I appreciate him coming by today here at Food City and Gray. Thank you, sir.
Glad
Great
to
job.
be here. I got to do some shopping while I'm here now.
There you go. Go Big Orange. Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Quick break. We'll be right back. Jeff Beverly, the Big Orange Update, right here and only here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Behind every Food City meat and seafood counter is a highly trained, certified butcher. Our butchers offer special orders, custom cuts, and even entire meal recommendations. In fact, you'll be so impressed with our butchers, you'll be asking yourself, what can't they do?
Huh, I bet he'd be great at wrapping presents.
Okay, well, maybe not that. But at Food City, our butchers make almost everything better.
Great job again by our buddy Jeff Beverly. We're live here again at Food City. Let me run down a couple of things. Here's this auction going on. You want to check this out? You have until Tuesday to bid. Over 800 items, begin at $1. A buck a bid. Collins and Company.info. You want to check this out. This is the Antique and Collectibles auction going on through Tuesday. Collins and Company.info. So, and then also coming up on Tuesday will be an auction of this particular property, a house and 7 acres on House of Prayer Road in Elizabethton. Collins and Company.info is what you want to go check it out on that as well. Tomorrow night, the Cover Bridge Jams, great bluegrass group, Hollow Ground doing bluegrass and gospel bluegrass. You have Mike Adams on bass, Jason Blankenship on fiddle, Robert Edwards on guitar, Millard Edwards on banjo, David Holtzclaw Hosey will be on the mandolin, and Brian Vicchio, V-I-C-C-H-I-O. Hope I'm saying it right. Is on guitar. It'll be tomorrow night. Free concert, 7 o'clock, Cover Bridge. The Cover Bridge Jams in Elizabethton. So if you get a chance, check that out and take that in because it's going to be good. It'll be tomorrow night, a free concert, bluegrass and bluegrass gospel. So there you go. All right, before we get out of here, we do want to run down the $5 days again, and also a big thanks to our guest, Tony Barnes, Great Community Chest, Dale Hammett, the store manager here at Food City, and just now, of course, Jeff Beverly. And I'm not sure why we had I'm not even sure we had a glitch, to be honest with you. It looks like it's okay now, so I don't know. I'm running one on Verizon, one on T-Mobile, and sometimes one works, sometimes it doesn't. But We may have not skipped a beat. I don't know. So, anyway, we're back, and we're going to do that. We're going to close it out here by telling you these $5 day sales. Again, let's run them down real quick and then tell you about what's coming up next week. Cantaloupe, watermelon, and pineapple bowls at all Food Cities today and tomorrow, $5. In-store made sushi, $5 today and tomorrow. You have the dessert bowls, banana pudding, oven, Oreo Delight, strawberry shortcake, or Watergate salad for $5 in the deli today and tomorrow. Coca-Cola products, 6-pack, 16-ounce bottles, $3.25. Eggland's best large eggs, a dozen, 2 for $5. Heinz ketchup, 20-ounce bottles, 2 for $5 today and tomorrow. Kellogg's Special K of Frosted Mini Wheats, 2 for $5 today and tomorrow. Nabisco Oreo or Chips Ahoy cookies, $5 a bag, limit 4 each today and tomorrow on a $5 week. Screamin' Sicilian pizzas are $5, limit 4 at all Food Cities. Spam lunch meat. Boy, we grew up eating Spam in West Virginia. 12-ounce containers, 2 for $5. And Food Club chicken breast or black top pink salmon in the cans, limit 6, 2 for $5. You see it right there. There's your Spam on sale. Let's flip it and tell you the backside of the $5 week sale prices. You go, the chocolate Novaks are $5. The Hormel pork fillet is $5. The Coffee Mate creamers are $5. The Hershey's candy, 3 for $5. You have the Santitas or Chester's puff corn, 2 for $5. Food Club American singles or Oscar Mayer Lunchables, 2 for $5. Limit 8 at all Food Cities. The Monster Energy or Rain Storm, 3 for $5. The K's Novelties, 2 for $5. Limit 4 today and tomorrow. You have Powerade or Snapple, $5 today and tomorrow. Hidden Valley Ranch dressing or fresh and crisp salads for $5. The Scoot Away cat litter, $5. And Betty Crocker cake or brownie mix, 4 for $5 at all Food Cities today and tomorrow. There you go. Don't forget you can get your race tickets here for the race coming up in September. And also through July 25th, big push, please help. $1, $3, or $5 to enter your transaction to help out the Paralyzed Veterans of America. Help them to get the care, the benefits, and the jobs they need. All the money stays local. $1, $3, $5 per transaction. Again, if everybody gave $1, look what we could do to help these folks out, guys and ladies. So, again, if you can help out, please do. And every time you shop food, just throw $1 in the pot. Be amazing, as I've said earlier, what will happen in terms of a monetary amount if we can give back that kind of money. Every time somebody shops between now and July 25th at 150 stores, everybody gives $1. Wow, what kind of impact. Of course, here locally in the Tri-Cities where the money stays, think of what can happen if we could do it and help the local veterans here, the Paralyzed Veterans of America here in our region. All right, big thanks to Starbucks. The white chocolate macadamia cream cold brew was excellent. Thanks to Maddie for making it. Happy birthday to Dr. Franklin Graham, who's 52. Also, happy birthday to country music singer Jamie Johnson, who's 48. And former baseball player Robin Ventura having a birthday, 56. We are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We would hope that you will go to a church house on Sunday and worship the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He is worthy. He is coming soon, and you know that. The verse of the day, every day the sun comes up, is a day closer. Psalms 25:5 to wrap it up. Our verse of the day, guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Whew. That's powerful. Guide me in your truth and teach me, for you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Good way to end it up. Psalms 25:5 here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Back in the saddle on Monday. We're ready to go. We'll be live at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. And next week we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. On Wednesday, Double C Western Supply next week. On Thursday, can't remember where I'm at Tuesday. Where am I at on Tuesday? Oh, I'm at Phil's Dream Pit. On Tuesday, we'll be at Phil's. So Monday, Chick-fil-A Elizabethton. Tuesday, Phil's Dream Pit. Wednesday, Chick-fil-A Johnson City. Thursday, Double C Western Supply. And Friday, we'll be rocking it live on the Elizabethton Media Day. Streaming it on Friday. And I think we may squeeze in, I can't remember. We may end up at Food City in Elizabethton, I think, after the media day. I can't remember. So, but I know we'll be a media day coming up again on Friday next week. All right? Have a great weekend. Thanks for being with us. Again, as always, we'll tell you to wrap it up. Bloom where you planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thanks for being with us. Be sure and like and share the show, and you do. Thanks. We wrap up show number 1,889 of the show live today from Food City and Gray. Bloom where you planted and win or lose. Be a good sport because the kids are watching. Be a positive role model. They emulate what you do, so don't be a yahoo. Win or lose, be a good sport and be a good example for the kids that are watching. Have a great weekend. See you here on Monday. So long, everybody, from Food City in Gray on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.